What's up, guys? This is Chris here, and today we are going to be talking about 5 really good carry pistols, but 5 carry pistols that can actually fit in your pocket. Now, there's more of these now than ever. There's a lot of really cool, small, reliable, accurate guns, and I just picked 5 of my favorites so we can go over some summer carry guns that is going to be important relatively soon. And this subject is near and dear to my heart because I've been trying to find a running gun or a jogging gun that I can run with and have and not bounce around and hit myself in the dick all the time. And I think I've found the one that hits me in the dick the least. So hopefully that'll help you out as well. Now, some of these guns are guns that I've shot. Some of these guns are actually my wife's guns, and hopefully it'll give you a good mix of not only different guns, but different operating systems and some different calibers as well. So if you're interested in a great pocket carry gun, it's a good place to look. Now, before we get into the video, I do want to mention Patreon supporters. Thank you guys very much. We appreciate you guys. You guys purchase most of the guns and ammunition that you see on the channel. And if you want to support the channel, that is the best way to do it. Just get on the link in the description below. Also in that description is a link to a local homeless shelter in Ames, Iowa. It's the YSS. Those kids could really use your help, so please go down there and donate to those kids. Finally, I want to do a shameless plug for my Twitter, Honest Outlaw 86. Things are pretty hopping over there. We got some cool deals. We got some exclusive content. So go over there and check that out. Now, let's get right into it with number 5, and we're going to be talking about the brand new hotness. We're going to be going over the Smith & Wesson E-Series CSX. Surprisingly accurate. I did not expect that. Now, this is the brand new Generation 2. Smith sent me this last week. We got done shooting it a few days ago, and I was really excited about it. So far, we have about 300 rounds for this guy, and it has been 100% reliable. Very lightweight and very small. It is 23 ounces as a 3.1-inch barrel, but they do make a bigger one that's 3.6, but that might not fit in your pocket. I don't know how big your pockets are. 23 ounces is a great weight for an aluminum frame double stack 1911 style gun that comes with 3 magazines, 12, a 15er, and a 17 round magazine. So if you want to run this flush fit one, you can. If you want to pack a little extra capacity, you can do that as well. Now, the cool thing about the new CSS comes with the optics mount, comes with a brand new grip module system on here, so you make the gun bigger or smaller, and it comes with this super badass trigger, which I'm a real big fan of. Probably the best trigger of any of the guns on this list, making it very accurate and very quick to shoot. Now, single action only with a manual safety on either side, so you either like that or you don't, but don't worry about it too much because we have other guns coming up on the list if you're not into the single action only. Now, the MSRP on this guy is around $6.99, but you can already find them for much less. So if you're interested in a brand new gun that you can pocket carry that gives you 12 to 17 round capacity, it's a good way to go. In at number 4, we have one of my personal favorites. My old pocket carry gun. This is the Ruger LCP Max. Now, this was one of the first, I guess, micro compact 380 pistols. I don't know how to say a small P365, but it uses the 365 magazine capacity, and instead of the old LCP, instead of 7 rounds, you actually have 10 rounds in the flush fit magazine. Now, this thing is a 380, but the size of this is really impressive. This thing's only 11 ounces, and it has a 2.5-inch barrel, I believe. Now, this is a real belly gun, in my personal opinion. Out of all the guns on the list, this is the smallest and the lightest, but it also is the most difficult to shoot. "10 yards, you're a little beast with it though."
That is painful.
Very difficult to shoot, but still very reliable and packs a decent capacity, and you can still hit up to 25 yards with it, which is really all that you need. Comes with HD sights and a blacked out rear, a decent trigger, a good grip, and again, 10+1 of 380 ACP. Now, the only thing I would knock on this gun a little bit is that it's a bit of a two-face, because I did carry this, and that's sort of what happens. Plus, I dropped some ketchup on it, and it is what it is. Overall, the coating isn't the best as maybe the Sigs or the Smiths, but this gun is extremely affordable, coming in at $400 or less in a lot of cases. So really easy to get into, and very lightweight, barely even know it's there. In at number 3, we have the venerable Sig P365. Probably should be number 1 on this list, but it is a little bit big for pocket carry still, but it is probably the smallest and most reliable 9mm pistol, which I certainly appreciate. Now, the Sig P365 is the gun that started off the trend of the subcompact, micro subcompact pistols, whatever it is, that have the stack and a half magazine capacity, allowing guns that were once single stack to be double. Now, this gun, instead of having like a standard 5 or 6 round magazine capacity, has 10 or 12, which jumped it right up in popularity and made it the highest selling gun of the last 3 years. Now, the Sig P365 also have a fire control unit in them, so if you don't like the gun you have, you can make it into a brand new gun with no paperwork. You can take that module right out and put it in all kinds of frames and add different slides from Sig, which is very, very cool. Now, this is the classic, the OG here, and it is still very small. It comes in either 9 or 380, so if you want a 380, you can get that as well. It comes with a 3.1 inch barrel, and it is only 17 ounces. Overall, an absolutely excellent gun, very shootable, very accurate with a really good trigger, striker-fired polymer frame, the classic version of a concealed carry gun, and still certainly one of the best. Little bit big in some cases for a pocket carry gun, but still a pretty excellent gun. In at number 2, we have the manliest gun I've ever had on the channel, and that is going to be my wife's Sig P238. Now, I bought this for myself, but I felt like it was just a little too manly for me, and I figured I would give it to my wife for concealed carry. Now, this is what edition is this? Do you know what edition this is?
I have no information.
You got this used, right?
I did get it.
Yeah, it's a cute little gun though, I'll tell you that. This looks like something Prince would ankle carry. This is $500 to $600 wherever you find it usually. It has a 2.7 inch barrel, and it comes in a 6 and 7 round magazine capacity with a weight of only 14 ounces, making it very, very lightweight, very small, and very thin. Now, the reason why I put this on the list, even though you don't have footage of me shooting it, is because I actually did have one of these prior to the channel, and I did carry it as a backup. The same philosophy of use, a running or hiking gun that I used the Ruger LCP for. Before that, I actually used the P238. Now, I'm a 1911 guy, and this is about as micro as a 1911 can get, so it does appeal to me. And again, single action only with a manual safety. This one is just single-sided, unlike the CSX, but this one is prettier. We have a decent set of metal sights on there, and we've got a pretty good trigger as well. Now, the P238s have always been extremely reliable in my experience and anybody else that I've spoken to. Now, this one my wife got used, and this one still works really well. We've pumped about 300 rounds of 380 through this with no malfunctions, and it's very reliable. Now, if you want to see her do a full video on this, you can actually check out her channel, and the link to that will be listed below. Not only will she have this on her channel, but she will have the brand new CSX over there as well. So go check it out and subscribe. She's better looking than I am. Now, there won't be any honorable mentions for this list because we'll probably do a few follow-ups, but in at number 1, my carry gun. This is the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0. Now, the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0 is the gun that I now pocket carry. So you can see how tiny this little thing is. We'll clear it here. Show you the pocket first. Pretty easy to pocket carry the gun. I believe in many different ways it is superior to all of these other guns. Now, I have almost 1,000 rounds through this, and you guys are gonna see a 1,000 round review here shortly, but spoiler alert, it rocks, or I wouldn't carry it because I have like 100 guns. Quick, it shoots really fast. And this is a 380 ACP. It carries 10+1, and it comes with a 10 round magazine or a 12 round magazine, 2.7 inch barrel, and then it also has an MSRP of $400 or less in a lot of cases. We have really cool slide serrations on the slide. We have an HD front, which is kind of hard to see now because it is covered up by all of the dirt and debris from me shooting it. That's what guns actually look like when you shoot them, by the way. I see so many little gun reviews on YouTube where they're like, I have 6,000 rounds through it, and I'm like, no, you don't. The trigger on this is so awesome. I'm really, really happy with the trigger, but the main thing I like about the Bodyguard is the size to weight versus the shootability ratio.
Those are all A zones.
Yeah, it's capable. So this thing is really, really lightweight, under 10 ounces. 10 ounces unloaded. So you barely even notice it's there. It is half the weight of a P365, which is just crazy. Almost half the weight of a P365. Went to public school. The gun itself not only is very, very light, but you have that 10+1 of 380, and if you carry the right 380, it does the job. The trigger is not only crisp, so it's good for accuracy, but the reset is really fast as well. And on top of that, the ergonomics on this gun are second to none. Check the bore axis out on the P238 and then check it out on the Bodyguard. Absolutely insane. The grip feels like it was made for me. Great texture on the front and back strap, but a little bit lighter on the sides. That way when you carry to appendix carry or 3 or 4 o'clock, it doesn't rub your stomach raw, which is absolutely phenomenal. And on top of that, 100% reliable. My personal favorite mouse gun of all time. Now, I actually got back from the gym last week and I was driving home and I stopped at a gas station, was gonna get a protein shake. I had my gun sitting on my center console. So I had it holstered and everything ready to go, just like this. And I get out of the truck and throw my shirt up, put it in my sweatpants, and I go into the gas station. And I noticed a cop was getting gas. He looked at me kind of funny. And I was like, oh shit, I hope he's not gonna give me any trouble for this. And I go over and get my protein shake and I come back out of the gas station. I already have my argument prepared. I'm like ready to go super 2A on him, you know? Like I have a concealed carry permit and even if I didn't, it's constitutional carry. I was like ready to go. And the guy's pacing around my truck like he's waiting for me. And I was like, okay, this is gonna get weird. And then he comes up to me, he's like, hey, I saw you put your gun on. I'm like, well, yeah. And he's like, are you the honest outlaw? And I was like, that's not where I thought this was going. So, man, do I love Iowa cops. The guy just wanted advice on his concealed carry gun. He didn't bother me at all. He didn't give a shit at all. Man, I love the Midwest and the Bodyguard as well. But overall, it's a stupid story, but a funny story. And after that, I was talking to him for a while, and he was a cool guy. We talked about Glocks. We talked about why M&Ps are better than Glocks, and now he's one of my personal favorites. If that police officer was you, make sure to leave that in the comment section because that was absolutely hilarious. I don't want to drop the guy's name on the channel, but yeah, if he wants to drop his own, put it down there. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out Oklahoma shelters and remember to recycle. I'll check you later. Fucker's getting windy. It's like Twister out here.
It is.
Your hair's going like in a circle.
I mean,
it's very distracting.
There are a lot
and
of
weirdly
tornadoes
sexy.
Here.
Weirdly sexy.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. You look like Vanna White in a thunderstorm.
Okay, you're so silly.
A mini hurricane.
We're gonna need to go inside after this. What?
Sure. Make sure the price is right. No, it's the wrong one. Wheel of Fortune. Spin your wheel. All right.